Hello, everyone. I'm Jean-Claude at BeyondMystic, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Haida Gwaii updates. With me tonight, in a few minutes, you will be joined by Janine Morigeau. You can find her, of course, at Sending Ravens here on YouTube and also at Tarot by Janine. And holding the fort with me tonight, as always, you can find the amazing Julie at Maison Jupiter here on YouTube and also on the web at maisonjupiter.com. Julie, welcome back.
Hey, JC. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Very good. Very good.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Oh, go ahead, Julie. Go ahead.
I was going to say, even with this Mercury retrograde, it's been kicking my butt.
I know, good. Even me. I kind of messed up that intro again. I'm just like, I can't speak. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Janine will be joining us in about 5 minutes time here. I guess we'll take the first couple of minutes here. First of all, to thank everyone in the PayPal tip jar donations. I got an email from Carla. She's finally up to date. All the winners of last week's and the weeks before, the people we were looking for, we finally were able to reach all of them, and we are sending them out those amazing pyramids. Speaking of amazing pyramids, tonight, the pyramid up for grabs in the PayPal tip jar donation pot is Haley. And let's see what Carla has to say about this particular creation.
Hi everyone, this is Carla from Ascension Arcanas, and today I have to show you the beautiful Haley. So Haley was originally a custom order inspired by Iris, our other purple piece. So I think of Haley as Iris's bigger sister, and she's made of amethyst crystals and aluminum metals. So amethyst is a great stone for protection, healing, to help with sleep, anxiety, depression, anything like that. I actually have a Haley in my room, and I've noticed that I'm sleeping way better with her next to me. So she would be great to place in the bedroom. I'll give her a quick turnaround. She also has the flower of life symbol in silver. And there she is. I hope you like her, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.
I love that one. What do you think, Julie?
I have it. I have the chance to have it by my side next to my bed. It's a really good protective energy. I love it.
Is that a new one for you? When did you get that one?
Oh, it was an amazing gift from.
Oh yes,
from someone from.
I think Janine had the same one too.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, it's from the same. Okay. I remember now.
Generous soul that gifted this permit to me, and I really love it.
Very cool. Okay, let me see also. Where am I? Hold on, I missed something here. Yes, okay, guys. So if you guys are looking at getting one of these amazing pyramids, you can find them at ascensionorganites.com. Of course, is Carla's new website. And if you use the coupon code BeyondMystic, you will be saving an extra 10% off of these amazing creations. I believe Haley is also in the list right now. If you guys want to pick that one up, it's absolutely beautiful for sure. Okay,
and I was looking to get a second one because I read that in Feng Shui you have to have like a symmetrical bedroom. So I bought another one from Carla to make it even on both sides of the bed.
Oh, I love that. Wow, that's going to be absolutely cool. Okay, let me see here. I wanted to do something else as I'm doing this live, and of course, we just lost power just before we went live, and so the whole slide deck disappeared on me, and I'm trying to find. Hold on, can I do this live? Yes. Is it? I just want to make sure it's still available. Yes, it's available. Okay, so if you guys are looking for a good night's sleep. Please check out Cliff High's product, of course, Pure Sleep. Sarah and I are big fans of this product right now. Cool special on right now. You get the free refill jar, I think, if you buy it for the 4-pack. I believe it is right now. So check it out. You can find that at purebulk.com. And of course, I absolutely love this new strawberry flavor. So if you guys haven't tested that yet, please do go and check it out. Okay, that's it for that one. I was looking for that one. Okay, Iap Renewals. I'll say that's the last thing we have to do here before Janine join us here in the show. We've been, as you know, setting up the renewals for everybody who had started becoming a member of the Insider Access Pass program last year. The coupon code ends tonight at midnight Eastern time. So if you guys were still looking at that through your email folders, I've been sending you a lot of notifications, and also on the Insider Access Pass, just to let you know that coupon code, the 30% discount, the crazy 30% discount, ends tonight. So if you want to take part in that, don't wait. You got a few more hours here to go. And Oh, okay, now I'll keep the other one here. What's the other update we have? So Janine, okay, hold on. I'll bring this one up here also. Julie, let me see if I can bring this one. Okay, so you and I and Janine recorded this last week. Really good reviews on this one. If you haven't seen the Astro Woo Finance, go check it out. This, of course, is the forecast for the month of June. Really cool show. And we had delayed the recording of this one. Again, Janine's on vacation here, traveling, and but we are recording this tomorrow at 1 Eastern. So that means by 5 p.m., the Insider Access Pass members will have access to this episode tomorrow, the Beyond Crypto Woo for June 2022. And probably the next day, I'll be able to push it out on the pay-per-view for you guys as well. Julie, last note on this one. What was remarkable here, and perhaps let's use that segue to get into some of the alignments here for tonight, for this evening's show, before Janine joins us.
Well, we went through both of the lunations that we're going to have in the month of June. So there's going to be a full moon on June 14 and a new moon on June 28. So we go through those two energies. So the first one is in Sagittarius. So it's going to be probably like deceptive information that's going to be out in the world. So we go through the collective energies for the two moons, and then more on a personal level, according to your rising sign and sun sign, what it's going to mean for you on a more personal level. So, and it, generally speaking, I think there's going to be great energies to rejuvenate more towards like the end of June with this new moon in Cancer. Cancer is really a sign to like have some cozy things around you, healing energy. Yeah, so it's like about healing and about resting. So lots of people going on vacations during the month of June. So if you're not able to go on vacation, then just take some time off. There's going to be a great energy for that to really recharge your battery for what is going to come after that.
Right. We did do a look-see for the month of July. So we went forward 2 months here. And it's not what you expect. So if you want to take some downtime here in June and you have time, yes, Julie, I absolutely agree. Now, Julie, you had a slide also for the alignments for time. Oh, actually, this is why Janine's not in the queue. I haven't sent her the link yet. I'm trying to do so many things at once here. Hold on, invite.
We like to blame things on Mercury retrograde, but oftentimes it's like us not doing the things properly.
Well, I got mixed up because I lost the slide deck. I had to recreate it just before we live. Okay, so link, Janine. Copy paste.
So yeah, today is the new moon in the sign of Gemini. So we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes after Janine makes her big entrance. So.
Right. So there you go. Janine, let me just text her to let her know I just sent the link. Oops, my bad. My bad. Okay, just emailed you. So you can see, guys, it's a live show, you know. Okay, there's Janine. Okay, hold on. Let me bring Janine back on the main screen here. Janine, how's it going?
Hey, everybody. It's going good.
Awesome. Where are you now? That's beautiful behind you. What is that?
Yeah,
it's an old wood stove?
It's an old wood stove, yeah.
Wow.
So
it's in great
we're
shape.
in a little place that we rented, and it's sort of our base, our camp. But we've been all over the island, let me tell you. Yeah.
You look great.
Yeah,
you look absolutely great. Janine. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm a little bit discombobulated. I lost the slide deck just before we went live, and I had to recreate. And that's why I'm like, why is Janine not in yet? I'm like, oh, shoot, I forgot to send her the link. There you go. Janine, where do you want to start? I got all of the pictures you sent me, and I think I'll be able to do the videos as well. Do you want to quickly give an overview to the audience here who maybe have not seen the show last week? Let them know what you were up to this last weekend, and we'll start there.
Well, we did our long trek to the Haida Gwaii on 3 different ferries and lots of driving. We came what was known as the Inside Passage to Haida Gwaii. So yeah, we went to Vancouver, then took the ferry to Vancouver Island, up the island, got on the ferry, and the passage is 22 hours long. Then you get to Rupert, and then you go from Prince Rupert, you go to the Haida Gwaii, which is another all-night ferry. So lots of ferries, lots of travel. So it took us 3 days of traveling to get here. And we've been staying in what's known as Charlotte City. So Queen Charlotte City, which is the old name of the islands. They used to be called the Queen Charlotte Islands. Right. But the Haida people, so the indigenous people of the land, took back the name Haida Gwaii, which actually means islands of the people. Right. So, yeah. So Ashley and I recently, so we did a lot of, you'll have to watch last week's show to catch up on what we were doing the first few days. But the last weekend we spent with my brother, Jerry, who we very specifically came to see because he's the one battling several different cancers right now. But interesting, he feels like he's younger than me by 6 or 7 years, but he feels like he's hard to keep up with in the bush, because he says when he's in the bush, like he loves to be in the bush. He took us to all these sacred spots and these ancient forests, and he feels the best when he's in the bush, but he gets tired out. But we had some wonderful days with him. So some of those photos I sent you, they were adventures with Jerry.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And let me see if I can bring that up on the screen for the audience members. I have some of these videos. Let me see. I think he's in one of this. Okay, let me see if I can bring this one up. You guys see that? Does that work?
Yep.
If I press play here, is he in this one, Janine? Wait.
Yeah, that's his dog.
Okay. So what? Okay, set us up here. What's the?
Okay, so we're right across from a place where there was a giant golden spruce tree, which was a very rare tree. And the Haida people have a story about this golden spruce. And there's actually a book about it. And a lot of people have heard of the golden spruce. There's a big Haida legend around the spruce tree. And an activist in 1997, the year I left the Haida Gwaii, an activist chopped it down thinking he could draw attention to other logging that they were doing. And he thought he was doing people a favor by doing that. He chopped it down because he thought there was too much emphasis on this one special tree when all this other logging was going on. And lo and behold, the Haidas had that tree as a sacred tree for hundreds of years. Wow. It was very old, and it was devastating to the Haida nation, so the people that lived there, and lots of people, because now we chop down this tree, and the legend says that if something happens to the tree, it could be the end of mankind. So yeah, what we're wanting to do a deep dive on it. Deep Dive Fridays, we're going to dedicate it, because the story is that this activist disappeared for 6 months. They were looking for him. He was set to be having a trial on the Haida Gwaii. The people were very angry with him, and he didn't want to face the people. So he took off, and he went across, and he made a real big announcement that he was going to travel across the Hecate Strait. So the word Hecate, so the goddess of destruction and the most intense goddess, right? Hecate Strait, in a very stormy time when everyone knew he would never make it. So did he really do that? Or did he just disappear? He was a really big bushman, so he knew how to survive in the bush. And a lot of people believe he faked his passing, okay? Because months later, they found all his belongings, but the belongings seemed to have just been placed out, and they didn't look like they'd been in the water for 6 months, or it was very suspicious. So we're going to deep dive on that mystery, and we'll tell the legend of the golden spruce on Deep Dive Friday.
Okay, and so that's going to be on Tarot by Janine, or on the Ascending Ravens. So on this one here, okay.
Tarot by Janine, yeah.
On that one. Okay, so guys, stay tuned for this one on Friday or Saturday. Janine will be posting that. Now, Janine, I think I might be able also to bring up your Telegram live here. There's a few pictures of some trees, and I'm wondering if that's connected to the story you're talking about here. So let me see if I can bring that one up. Share screen. Let's see if that works also. Telegram. Yeah. It's going to be hard to zoom in. But what am I looking at here? What's the story with this one here, Janine?
That is an ancient canoe carving. They carve out of a huge singular tree. So they cut down the old growth trees. This was way back in the day. The Haida people would carve their canoe out of a single tree. So they didn't bend the wood or anything. They actually took a tree and did a dugout carve. Now, that was the beginning of a very large Haida canoe, but they'd abandoned the effort. So it was left in the forest. But if you look closely, you can see it was the beginning of a Haida canoe. And you can see where they would have cut down the ancient tree to do like a cedar tree. So it's called cultural. Oh, there's a word for it, where they culturally change, take something and culturally change it.
Okay. Wow.
As opposed to, anyway, I have it written there somewhere, there's a proper word for that, when you can find ancient artifacts that were actually like the beginnings of totem poles, and sometimes they abandoned it because they found rot in the tree, so it wouldn't make a good, maybe it wouldn't make a good canoe, or they abandoned it because right at that time in history, there was a lot of sickness brought by the settlers, and a lot of the tribes people were dying off. So there was big smallpox and measles epidemics then. So it could have been abandoned for that reason as well.
Okay. And one thing that caught my eye here was this particular telegram you put out here about this UFO all at night here, the sand spit, the beach.
Yeah.
What's the story on this one? And I also, go ahead.
See the blue door that has some painting on it? Okay, I painted that door in 1992. So Raven was 6 months old when we got on the island. And by the time we had found that little shack, that's the door of my little shack, my original place that I got. I lived on the beach for 3 months, and then it started to rain. So we had to get a cabin, and somebody rented us their cabin. And it's right on the beach where a creek meets the ocean, and the view is incredible. Okay, so the view is where I'm just singular on the grassy field. That would be part of my view there.
Okay, can I bring that up?
And then down below, where there's big driftwood, that was also my view in front of that cabin. And that's where the UFOs were spotted, right where those driftwoods are. So it's just below, right next to Ashley and I smiling.
Yeah.
That picture, that one is exactly where we were standing all night watching those UFOs just above.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay, we're about 15 minutes in with you. How much time do you have, Janine? We have maybe some questions for you for the astrology, but I want to be cognizant of your time here.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Let's do it.
Okay, Julie, do you want to set up maybe the slide? Let me bring it up here, the one for tonight, and maybe we can give a general read from the alignments, and then ask Janine to pull some cards to get some further clarifications. Let me go back to the other screen here. Hold on, there's a lot of screens here to manage tonight. There you go, Gemini New Moon. Okay, Julie, set this up for us.
Okay, so today we have this new moon in the sign of Gemini. So I find that generally speaking, new moons and full moons, if they're not eclipses, like this one is not an eclipse, usually they're going to be felt more on a personal level, according to my personal experience. So yes, there's some general collective energy that everybody's going to feel, but it's more subtle. I feel the new moons, especially the new moons, because we cannot see the moon in the sky. So it's more like a subtle energy. But this one, I think is going to be a good energy on the personal level to start new projects, because Gemini is the sign of projects. It's the sign of communication, social media, any kind of conversation that you might have. And the new moon always opens up a new chapter. And this one is at 9 degrees of Gemini. So you can look up in your personal birth chart where 9 degrees of Gemini fall. So in what house? So you're going to have another clue about what kind of chapter is opening up for you. So what kind of opportunities you have at this time to make maybe new plans, set a new project. And this new moon is sextiling both Jupiter and Mars in the sign of Aries. So there's going to be a lot of energy and potential abundance also for this new project of yours. Okay. The only thing is the new moon is going to be, not the new moon, but Mercury retrograde, which is the ruler of this new moon because it's in Gemini, is squaring Saturn. So this is part of the reason why this Mercury retrograde has been tougher than usual, because it's hard squaring the planet Saturn of delays, obstacles, challenges. So we're all in our personal life in one area of our personal birth chart, we're having some challenges, some delays. We're having to work like maybe twice the amount of work that's necessary demanded for to accomplish something.
Well, the last couple of days are exactly like that for me.
Right. A lot of technical issues to fix. So it's very time consuming because we have to manually fix a lot of problems. So I had to fix a lot of problems personally. Saturn is in my 6th house right now of day-to-day work. So yeah, so I feel you. And this new moon in Gemini, it's the what we call the information axis. So Gemini and Sagittarius are linked to information. So there might be some new information coming up at this time, mainly about finances, because Mercury is retrograding right now in the sign of Taurus. So money, finances. So we might see some new information about either finances, banks, maybe interest rates, moving up. So I know we heard a little bit about that recently. And as I was saying, with the square with Saturn, things are not moving fast enough as we would like them to. There's obstacles, there's challenges, but with this sextile to Jupiter and Mars, it's still a really good energy to start something, because you're going to feel very motivated. You're going to have a lot of energy. And as I said, Jupiter is the planet of financial abundance. So it's really good for a long-lasting abundance.
Well, we thought today, oddly enough, today too, the crypto market just jumped. And for a lot of analysts, they thought, we probably might, I want to say might here, cautiously optimistic, have jumped off the floor here and we're moving up again here. So there's a lot of excitement in that market. Keep going, Julie.
Yeah, I was just going to add to that because Mercury retrograde is the ruler of this new moon, it kind of means that we have to fix some technical and practical details of the past before we can really move forward into this new chapter that we're opening up with this new moon. So technical details, making sure the foundations of this new projects we're going to be starting is really strong, is really solid, fixing maybe financial details because it's in Taurus. But once all of this is really solid, then I think it's a really good energy to start something.
So let's catapult on that, Janine, talking about maybe fixing, repairing, solidifying your foundations here before we jump forward. What can the cards add to that here to help people navigate here this Gemini New Moon?
Well, as Julie was talking, I pulled the strength card for us and everybody watching. So strength, she's like a trophy card if it's well aspected, and it is well aspected with this card next to it. So this is the 2 of Wands. Okay, so when you said careful optimism, that's pretty much what I'm seeing here. This is after a really long haul, we're starting to show strength again. And you were talking about finances. So moving into our new world with a lot of strength, even though it's been really, really hard. Okay, and then this card came in the middle. So I assumed it might be about money. Okay, with that card there. So this is practical, careful planning. If you've been practical and carefully planning and prepared in some way for the coming times, I think you can be cautiously optimistic, as you said, right? Because this guy's a little bit on the, he's like being optimistic. And this card says strength in sort of long time perseverance and all the hard work. So you would have had to put the work in. So that means setting up new ways to carry out your finances, being careful about not putting everything into just one thing. It may not be the thing that goes forward. Listening to good advice out there on what to do, because we know that finances are tricky right now. There's a lot of things happening behind the scenes. that we just know and we're hearing whispers and rumors about. So it's a good idea to diversify and not just hold everything just in your cash savings, you know what I mean?
Right.
And various different, like we've been talking about all of those things. So
Yeah.
I think if you've done some of the work, you can, you'll get through this in a good way, is what I think it's saying. And
Yeah.
that we have a lot more strength than we thought we did. You know what I mean? As this card says, we've worked for it, so we deserve. So if you did the work, and that includes working personal work, so like staying non-fearful and trusting universal trust. Every time I was in a bad situation financially, the thing that made it worse was worrying and fretting.
Mm-hmm.
So when I stepped out of that and remembered that the universe has my back and my soul wouldn't put me here to suffer unless I was trying to learn something. So as soon as I grasped what my lesson was, the suffering ended for me. That was how it worked for me.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what it's saying to everybody. Trust your process. We're actually in better standing than maybe it looks out there. And that if you've done the work, put the work in, personal work, and going forward, just a few, padded your cupboards with some extra things and, are prepared going forward because things could get scarce and money could get a little tricky. I feel like we're going into better times. Also remember to help each other.
Yeah.
So this card says kindness does come back to us. Like for years, I sent out parcels, really loving parcels to people. It was almost an art project for me. And we all did it here on Haida, Gwaii. We would all do that when we were living here. Cold, long winters, there was nothing else to do. So we'd put together these art projects and send them off to people we cared about, or sometimes even people we didn't know that good because we thought they might need some extra TLC. And, in the last few years, having my YouTube channels, I've gotten incredible parcels of love from people and gifts. It comes back. It sometimes takes time. So not to forget that all of the work you put out there in loving others and kindness comes back as well. So that's a way that you'll be repaid if it feels like, you're down a little bit financially.
Right. And part of the work, as you mentioned, also is doing the work personally. And on that note, we did kind of broach the subject here on this Astro Woo, where we talked about removing all of those old programs of scarcity and to reprogram ourselves for this world of abundance that we actually live in, and to kind of retune our frequency to that. So guys, if you want to check that out, available now. And again, if you're just joining us now, Janine and I had delayed this episode now, but we are going to be recording that tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. It will be available tomorrow evening for the Insider Access Pass members. Janine, you mentioned something too, or Julie, you mentioned about the information here, this new moon in Gemini, a lot of things coming out. Something on the mainstream is saying here, the mainstream media is bleeding all over the asleep. Yes, in many ways, I agree with that. And I wanted to bring your attention to this post from this week's Ben Fulford newsletter. A lot in there to read, guys. A lot of things I can't even say here on this particular channel, but I wanted to bring some of this imagery up here, and including, I believe, this one here, this guy admitting to the goal here to, again, won't get into that here, generally speaking. But Janine, on that note, in terms of the finance, in terms of the narrative breaking down, in terms of the media starting to say the truth, we're hearing things right now coming out of Ukraine that we didn't think we would hear just now in the last 24 hours. How can we, or what can the card say to the audience members also here on how to navigate maybe this next week, as a lot of this information is probably going to challenge a lot of their friends and family members here who might have been asleep but are about to get this rude awakening? What can the card tell us? And in the meantime, guys, if you want to read part of that report, it's free. You can find that at, I believe it's Benjamin Fulford. Yeah, benjaminfulford.net. And it's a collage of a lot of things that came out in the mainstream media this week. And it's quite fascinating because, again, they're not repeating it 24/7 on the 6 o'clock news, but it is there if you want to find it. So a lot of really cool stuff happened in just the last couple of hours here. Go ahead, Janine.
Yeah. So with that Knight of Cups here, this Knight of Cups follows its heart And this is representing the mainstream media, which is, you never see that card. Usually we get the trickery card. So I feel like there's enough people now placed by what we call the white hats or the good guys that are in there, and they're putting out these things. So everybody doesn't run with it. Maybe, like you said, it doesn't play 24/7, but there's a whole lot of agents of good there when we know it's been mainly used for the dark side. So that's good to know. And this success card, they're having a lot of success at getting this stuff out. So they're obviously got some clout, and we can rely on it getting bigger and bigger is what I'm thinking with that card.
Right.
Okay. And this card here, taking a lot more risks and chances because they know they've got more the numbers than they used to. So they're taking a lot more risks at putting the truth out there. And we need that. We need brave people taking those kind of risks. This kind of platform's been doing it for years, but we need just everyday people out there. And then people also in, like, this could embolden other newscasters who have been spewing BS for years, who know it's wrong to do that. This could really get them spilling and letting things slip, shall we say. I feel like we're at the beginning of a landslide of information, and this card says the truth, a landslide. So it'll get a lot bigger.
Wow. Julie, do you want to add anything to that quickly? I know we rushed through the slide there. Do you want to add to that?
Well, when we did the Astro Woo, we spoke about the full moon on June 14 in the sign of Sagittarius, and I feel like this one is going to be a tricky one. We talked a lot about discernment, listening to your own intuition, being able to discern the truth in the midst of very different information coming at you from the mainstream media, because this full moon is going to square the planet Neptune, and Neptune is the planet of media, of illusions, of deception. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of truth coming out, and maybe like the dark arts are going to attempt to maybe slow this down, the propagation of truth. So maybe they're going to spread out false stories at the same time, so people don't know where to look because there's so many different information coming at them. Like, for instance, the trial with this celebrity couple that's all over the news, and you're like, okay, there's a lot more important stuff going on in the world. But I feel it's going to be another trial like that. Not necessarily a trial, I'm saying, but something that's going to be really big to divert our attention.
Well, on that note, maybe I can ask you this last one. You and I, Janine, maybe 8 months ago, we had done this investigation on Project Bluebeam and whether or not they would pull out the ETs here as a last big final maybe distraction. Let's take a pulse on that now. A lot of people are asking about this. Cliff High was saying in his web update in the last couple of months too that apparently something big on the ET front would be making the mainstream media, but also our collective consciousness and communications here this summer. We're in the thick of things now, so let's take a pulse. Are the bad guys here looking at putting this forward here? Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. And like, it's interesting because both these cards are kind of shocking, and especially together. So wake up call, shocking wake up call. That's a wake up call card. Notice how the trumpeteers waking up the dead there. So something could be really in the works here that could feel shocking. And it looks like it was planned a while back. It was planned a while ago with that Page of Wands. It's gotten it's got a creative plan already. So it's not like it would just naturally happen. So I feel like it's a planned event. Okay. And this 4, so the 4 of Cups. So it's presented. So again, it's not promising exactly when or how it'll happen, but I feel like it's just pending here. They're waiting for the perfect time to bring this out. Okay. And this is interesting. It could now be like, by the looks of it, it's been taken over by good guys. So because this card says, or something good comes out of it, because this card says it actually, because here's the outcome, it actually moves us out of troubled water and gives a real straight, it's almost like it creates a way for the truth to come out. It's almost like whatever it looks like at the beginning, it turns into the bringer of the truth, or really lets everything out of the gate here.
Wow. Okay, we're in for some crazy times, and yet the three of us look younger and younger. So thank you, appreciate that. We'll take the compliment. Janine, before you go here, last 2 minutes, is there anything else you want to share with the audience, either a personal story or what you're going to be up to, maybe in the next couple of days, or anything else you want to share with them before you go?
Well, there's a fun picture. I don't know if you can find it there, but it's Ashley exploring. She almost crawled right into a bear den.
Oh yes, I do have that. Hold on a second here. Yeah. So tell us the story here. There you go.
Yeah. So that was now my brother. He knows a lot about the Haida Gwaii forest. In fact, he's often hired he's like a forest walker. Yeah, he's hired by all kinds of groups because he knows the forest so well and he knows the history of this place. He's learned the history so well. So that's actually a giant tree with a natural, so it's naturally got a dugout because of rot on the inside. So yet the tree still stands and has living elements up at the top. Okay, but so it's not like a dried out tree or anything, but the bottom is all hollowed out, and often bears will use them. So Ashley could fit in there. So some bears, and they'd have to be really careful to get in because they're a lot bigger than Ashley, but they could fit in there. So there's Ashley. She's showing you her compared to, and we know Ashley's she's about 5'2", smaller person, right? So she could actually fit in there if she went sideways, but bears, much bigger, squish into that. And that was a bear den. And when you went inside, it had this flattened out space, and it was very interesting. It was quite large inside, almost like a cave, but it was inside a tree. And it was known to be a bear den. Anyway, it was just really exciting. We had some really big adventures on this particular walk, actually. Meeting up with Corey's favorite tree and etc.
I love it. And have you seen anything weird in the sky since you've been there so far?
No UFO activity. Lots of magic with ravens, though, like that little video I sent you. There's a video amongst those, just a really short one, where a raven came and went right in front of our windshield and was just being a trickster and going all around the truck because he was trying to get food. Apparently, the loggers throw them food. So these ravens, they're huge, and they'll be tricking. Yeah, this little video is really fun. So this raven literally, he's begging for food is what he's doing.
Wow. Okay, so you say it's trickster in what way? Like, what do you mean? Oh, wow.
Oh, they're so sly. Like,
wow.
He was literally flying right in front of the truck and then going along the windows, waiting for somebody to throw him some food. And he had this little sly eye. He was looking right at us. And because we didn't have any food, he was like, okay, well, the heck with you guys.
Wow, that's really, really cool. I hope you guys can see this clearly here on my screen. It's hard to share these videos, but wow, isn't that amazing? Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And what are you up to this weekend? Seeing as you and I are going to talk again on Wednesday for our regular.
Yeah, we'll talk again.
Okay, so we'll talk again on Wednesday night. All right. Anything else you want to share with the audience before you go, Janine?
Oh, well, just that I've been thinking a lot about all our viewers and I'm keeping everybody up to date, and I haven't forgot about anybody. And I'm sending a lot of ravens from the Haida Gwaii to anybody who needs ravens. And if you really particularly don't be shy to email me. I'll particularly send you ravens because I'm feeling really replenished and generous here from the Haida Gwaii.
Awesome. Well, you look younger and stronger. You've got a lot of compliments already in the chat to that effect. So awesome. So, I love it. Thank you so much, Janine, for spending time with us here tonight. And of course, we will see you on Wednesday night for our regular. Let me see if we can bring this up again. There you go. For our regular Tarot by Janine show this Wednesday at 8:00 Eastern. So be safe, Janine, and we'll see you in the next 2 days. Take care.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Have fun, Janine.
Bye.
Bye, Julie. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Julie, let's get back to the Gemini New Moon for tonight. We're going to be taking questions for the audience. How do you want to do this for tonight? Are we doing astrology, or do you want to do tarot or oracle cards for the audience members? How do you want them to frame questions to you?
We can do both depending on the question. Maybe just put your rising sign, your sun sign, and your question, or just your question if you don't know your rising sign and sun sign. And yeah, I'll go with my intuition, oracle cards, tarot cards, or astrology.
Okay, let me see if I can pick up. Oh, wow, somebody just sent me something with the Beyond Mystic bars. Can I bring this up? Laura B. There you go. Laura B. Isn't that cool?
Wow.
I see the silver bars there. Really cool. Wow, this is
She did a Zodiac Spread. I love it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's from, who is this from? Laura B. Oh, thank you, Laura. I appreciate that. Okay, let me see if I can find something right here in the Insider Access Pass while I'm there.
Sure.
So
someone was asking, I'll try to find the
you have one?
comment. No, it's just someone was asking when are we leaving the retrograde, the Mercury retrograde, I'm guessing. So it's on June 3rd that Mercury is going to station direct. So for a few days, Mercury appears to be stagnant in the sky, not to move. And because it's about to change course as we see it from our vantage point on Earth. And so June 3rd is going to start moving direct again. But on June 3rd, usually the energies of Mercury retrograde are bigger, because it's like the days going retrograde and the days going direct, usually it's the more tricky days. So beware of maybe rereading your messages before you send them, maybe delaying if you have an important decision to make after June 3rd, so maybe June 4th, June 5th. So try to get as further away from this June 3rd date if you can, of course.
Okay.
And yeah, on June 4th, Saturn is going to go retrograde. So there's a lot of energy right now of like fixing things from the past. Saturn is tied to past karma, also making sure your foundations are really solid before going on a new endeavor. So that's why I was talking about making sure all the details are really set before you can really open up this new chapter.
Okay, very good. I have the first question here from the PayPal tip jar. So let's see if we can bring this up. I don't have a name. There's a nickname there. Iron Tree Creation. What does the universe want to tell me about my higher purpose? I guess you can do some oracle cards on that. So thank you so much for that tip, guys. Really appreciate it. And again, to all of you in the PayPal tip jar, this is the pyramid up for grabs this evening. You can find those, of course, also at ascensionorganites.com. And if you use the coupon code BeyondMystic, you get an extra 1% off. So the question was again, what can universe tell me about my higher purpose? Something's jumping out at you, right?
Cards want to talk. Okay. So I have a first card. It's funny because I feel like I'm always picking this card, but I'm really shuffling, I swear. So I have You Are the Medicine. It's from a deck I really like. It's called Children of the Cosmos. So you are the medicine. Your life story, your journey is your medicine to this world. So meaning that you have something to share, sharing either your story, your healing abilities, but you have something that's going to be really healing for the world, either your experience or the gifts you have in this lifetime to share. So, and in this card, I remember I read the booklet and she was saying that this girl who created the deck, she had like a really hard childhood experiences to really heal before she could move on to the next chapter of her life. And at first she saw it as something more challenging in her life, but then she was like, oh, now I can really share my story and help a lot of people with this story. Sort of like what Rihanna did with her yoga practice. It's reminding me, well, it's kind of the scorpionic energy of like having to heal, work on your personal experiences, personal life healing, and then helping others do the same through sharing your story. So I feel this is the energy for you that comes up.
Okay, well, that's very good. Another similar question from Young Living Distributor. I'll take some Young Living. I love that. She says, love the Beyond Mystic family. Thank you. Appreciate that. What does universe say about my near future, about how I'll be making a living, and will I be moving, or should I stay where I'm at? Okay, there's a lot in there.
Of questions.
Let's go with the near future. Yeah, and maybe where to put the energies, I guess. That makes sense.
Okay.
And see what the cards come up with. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Okay. Okay, so I'm getting first, I have the card Venus. And then I have the card Gemini. So it's my astrological deck. So Venus for me talks about something artistic. So maybe you have a gift, an artistic gift. Venus is about beautifying stuff, about harmony. And it could be either artistic, like plastic arts or aesthetics, or relationship, because Venus is also a relationship planet. So seeking harmony through beauty or through relationships. And I have Gemini. So I feel like you're a really good diplomat, or someone that really is about gets to really create harmony in relationships. So maybe bring back the balance, be a good mediator if something is going on between two people. And I have this energy of fourth house. So it says origins. So it's the card associated with home and family. So it's about putting more harmony and healing into your relationships, your family relationships, your close ones, and through conversation, because Gemini is really like a conversation planet. So I feel like first, the first message from the universe is like, you have to develop this gift that you have of being maybe an empath, someone that really knows how to change the energy in a room, either with your own family bubble. Well, starting with your own family bubble, and then developing this gift even more to help other people find harmony in relationships. So I feel like you have really like an empath gift that the universe is asking you to share. Oh, you're muted.
Mercury retrograde. Okay, thank you. Well, thank you for that reading, and thank you, Vicky. She says, "Great show. All of your shows are top notch." Thank you. I appreciate that. Really cool. Let's go back to Laura B, because she had a question with that picture.
Yeah.
So let me bring that picture back up, and now let me see if I can cut and paste her question.
Wow, I love the Ten of Pentacles in the first house. That's a good energy.
Okay, well, I think this is what she's asking. So let me see if I can bring that question to the live chat. Okay, Jean-Claude, bring this one up. So I'm excited. Not sure why. What about my Zodiac spread I showed? Does it look good? Leo, Sun, Virgo, Rising. Do you want to just talk about the spread for now, Julie?
Yeah.
What do you think? Okay.
Okay. So there's a lot of information in this spread for sure. But usually when we do a zodiac spread like this one, so we do the 12 astrological houses. So usually when I do it for myself, it's kind of the 3 months ahead that are coming. So predictions for the 3 months, energies, guidance. And the card in the middle, it's like the general energy of your period to come. And the first thing I look at is there major arcanas? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have the Empress in the middle. You have the Tower in the 7th house. You have the Judgment in the 8th house, and the Hierophant in the 10th house. So I feel 4 major arcanas in the whole zodiac spread is not like too many. I think it's like a good number where you still have a lot of free will. So because minor arcanas talk about the free will, the choices that you will have to make in the coming period. If you would have like a lot of major arcanas, it would mean that it's more faded and that it's more like a receptive energy. So I feel like you'll have maybe most like little choices to make in your everyday life. The Empress as a general energy is really good because it makes you really abundant and enjoy life, especially I don't know if it's summer where you live, Laura, but if it's summer, you can really replenish and enjoy the earthly pleasures. This is what the Empress is about. And I really like this 10 of Pentacles in your first house. But for sure, the Tower is kind of the challenging energy in your zodiac spread. So maybe some news around you. 7th house has to do with your relationships. So maybe something is going to be coming up, like a revelation or the life of someone or your partner life that's going to change abruptly. But other than that, these are really good cards.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you, Laura B. I really appreciate that. And I appreciate you also as an Insider Access Pass member. Absolutely amazing. And folks, on that note, before I forget, let me see if I can bring this poster back up. Guys, if you are in the Insider Access Pass member too, and you haven't received the emails with this 30% discount code, and you're watching this show now, just log in to your Insider Access Pass, go to the main library, and you'll see what this discount code is for you guys. This is, of course, for people who started purchasing the Insider Access Pass last year, who are coming up on renewal. This is early renewal. They're about a month or 2 months early, but this is a way for you to get an extra 30% off your moving forward. So that was a big thank you from myself and from Janine to all of you guys. Okay, so next, also on the Insider Access Pass, this is Bonnie. So let's do a read on Bonnie. She didn't ask a question, but she says, here is my abundance grid. I love it. I really love it. Again, it's all the silver. Let me see if I can zoom that in for you guys. There, all that silver. I love the pyramid in the middle. Wow. I don't know if those look like Lemurian quartz, all of these. I'm not sure, but that's what it looks like. Or maybe the laser quartz too. Maybe laser quartz. Bonnie, if you're still in the chat, let me know in the Insider Access Pass. What are these little quartz wands here? Let's do a general read on maybe what you can expect here in terms of abundance. You put the time frame as you think is best, Julie, but let's take a read on that for Bonnie. Thank you, Bonnie. Appreciate it.
Okay. So we've got 2 cards for Bonnie. First one is you are never a victim to life. Okay. So you are a powerful co-creator of your reality. And then the second card I got for Bonnie is Path of Least Resistance. So be like water, flow. So I feel like she has to regain her own power to be able to have more free will in her life and attract more abundance. So there's some stuff that she has to get herself out of. I think it's more mental, because when we have this card, you are a powerful co-creator of life. So sometimes we kind of forget that it's all choices. Sometimes we're like, oh, this is happening to me and I have no free will and I'm just a victim. But we do it unconsciously, of course, most times. But when we become more conscious of it, then we're like, no. Okay, so either you chose the situation consciously in your everyday life, or you chose it before incarnating. So when you really realize that this is a conscious choice, like the situation that you're living, then you can regain more of your personal power and make more choices align with you. So that way you have more free will, and that way you attract more abundance into your life. And I feel like if there's some obstacles right now, because I have this Path of Least Resistance card for you, Bonnie. So I feel like if you feel like some things are hard, you have challenges, obstacles, it says go follow the path of least resistance. So be like water, try to flow more. So if you have a challenge, a path feels like it's blocked, then maybe go the other way, the path of least resistance. And also it's about attracting abundance more than going towards putting a lot more actions to gain something. The water is more receptive. So maybe just reset your energy, try to rest a little bit more, and try to flow more.
Okay. Be the water, as Bruce Lee would say. Okay. So that was for Bonnie. Bonnie, thank you for that picture of your abundance grid. And Bonnie says, "Oh, they're clear quartz, the little ones, clear quartz." Okay, I thought for some reason they were either laser quartz or maybe Lemurian, but that's amazing. So thank you, Bonnie, and also Laura B responded. Thank you so much. I appreciate that for the reading. So a big thank you to you, Julie, for that. And Kay Hillman says, "Thank you for the great discount." Of course, Insider Access Pass discount. Thank you, Kay. I appreciate that as well. Now let me bring this one here. Godwin's Truth and Faith. I don't know anything about my birth chart, just that I am a Gemini, and I'm asking about new relationships, meeting new people. Question mark. Okay. As a Gemini here, generally speaking, Julie, either you want to put up some astrology or some cards. What's in it for this person here in terms of new relationships, meeting new people here?
Well, I'll do both. I'll start with the astrology. So I'm placing Gemini on the ascendant. So right now, Jupiter entered your 11th house of friendships, of people in your social circles. So it could be also online circles. So maybe this community could be part of the people you meet. So there's a lot of chances that you meet people that seem to share your interests or that are part of your same social circle. So whether it's friends circles of BeyondMystic community, who knows? But there's a lot of chances that you may find new people entering your life because of shared interests right now, because of Jupiter entering your 11th house. And so you have a lot of energy for networking right now, whether it be in person or online, because also of this 11th house. So it's really good for networks. And also you got a lot of energy in your 12th house, which talks about karmic relationships. So you have Venus, Uranus, North Node, and Mercury right now in your 12th house if you're a Gemini rising or Gemini sun. So it means that you can meet people from past lives right now, that you have stuff that you have to heal, work through in this present incarnation. So a lot of people you meet recently is going to feel really faded. It's going to feel like you've known them forever, and you either have some work to do with them or you have to clear stuff in your karmic relations.
Okay, very good. Let me answer this question here quickly. Angel is saying, love you guys. No, that's the wrong one. Oh, I appreciate that too, but thank you. Francis, what is the coupon code for Insider Access Pass? The coupon code are for the renewals of people who are already Insider Access Pass members since last year, and that coupon code can be found on the main library. And also, I've been sending out a lot of notifications here in the last couple of days through email, so perhaps check out your spam folder. But on that note, if you're new to all of this and you're looking forward to maybe becoming an Insider Access Pass member, we will be having a new campaign here very, very soon. So stay tuned for that one, Francis. Thank you. Okay, next question. Oh, hold on a second here. Okay, so Bonnie with the Abundance Grid, she says, "Thank you so much. I appreciate the advice, Julie. It makes so much sense." So thank you, Bonnie.
Nice.
Appreciate that. Always good to have some feedback. So next question here, I believe maybe the last one. We'll see. We're 57 minutes in. Betty is asking, see if I can scroll that up. Okay, Janine, the lightning flash I saw out my window at 4:42 Sunday morning, was that meant to affect me? It hurt my forehead. I'm wondering if she's talking about her third eye. Can this be explained? Thank you, Betty. Let's pull some cards and see what was going on with this flash of light for Betty at 4:42 Sunday morning. That's a cool question. Hurt my forehead.
Okay. So first of all, for is it Bonnie? No.
Betty. This one's Betty.
Okay, yeah. Betty. I've got the 2 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. So I feel like you were really tired, because when we have the 10 of Wands, usually it means that we're at the end of a cycle. We're feeling really drained, tired. And the 2 of Pentacles, it's like you're in between two situations, and you're kind of in a rut, if you wish. And I've got the 9 of Cups for you also. So kind of the wish fulfill type of card. So you've been wishing probably to get out of a specific situation. And this event was kind of like to give you I feel like this third eye upgrade that you needed to get out of a stagnant situation to really complete this cycle. So for you, it was like a spiritual and mental upgrade that was done to really, help you release this kind of static situation you were stuck in.
Okay, very good. Kathleen, less judgmental comments, please. More compassion. Okay, I see a lot of side chat on other topics that have nothing to do with what we're talking about, which is cool. You guys can talk like this is all the community. But I want to maybe take this opportunity to ask those people who have those strong opinions to start a YouTube channel. This is the time. As Julie was saying, information is coming out, but we each have our part. So yes, it's cool to talk here in chat, but maybe you're driven to do even more. So pick up the mic and start your own YouTube channel. And who knows, maybe we'll showcase you here at some time like we did last week or 2 weeks ago with Ben Thompson, one of our supporters. What was the name again? Inspired Action. Check it out on YouTube. He's pretty cool. I love Ben. He's really cool. He's been here for a long time. So thank you so much, everyone, for that. Darlene, thank you. JC, Janine, JC, for your answer. Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. And let's see. Do you have energy for one more question?
Sure.
Yeah? Let me see if I can pick up. I have a start question here. Okay, let me see. Let me go back to the Insider Access Pass, I guess. Tasha. Is that a question? It's a little bit, no, too long. Trying to find something that makes sense for everybody else also. Okay, cat bear. So, okay, let's do, if you want to bring up your astrology chart, Julie, on the screen also, we'll do some astro for cat bear. So she's Capricorn Sun, Gemini rising.
Okay.
And as you bring your chart up, she says, I feel like I'm on the verge of a personal breakthrough. What should I focus on?
Well, yeah, because today we have this new moon in your sign in Gemini. So, it's a powerful new start for you. And then I forgot to tell you guys, but I picked an oracle cards to go with this new moon. And it fits so much with what we're talking about right now. I don't know if you can...
Let me zoom you in there. There you go.
Okay. It says creation energy. What is trying to be birthed through you? So that's kind of the general energy card I picked to go with the new moon that we're having today in the sign of Gemini. So, so I feel like this is a very potent new chapter for you that's opening up, because if you're a Gemini rising or a Gemini sun, Gemini rising, it means this new moon is falling in your first house. So first house is like the manifestation house. It's the personal project house. So it's kind of a really strong manifestation energy. And can you remind me the question again? So I answer.
Yes. So this is the chart. This is your chart. I wanted to bring you back up. So Cap Sun, Gemini rising, Cat Bear. I feel like I'm on the verge of a personal breakthrough. What should I focus on? That's
okay. You reminded me of what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Okay.
So so first we've got this energy of newness with this new moon, but then we got all of these planets right now here in your 12th house, and the 12th house is the house of letting go. It's the house of it's the last house of the zodiac. So it means with this house, you've got to let go a lot of stuff in order to open up a new chapter with your first house in Gemini. So all Gemini risings right now, they have a lot of energy in the 12th house. So it's a lot of letting go energy. And the universe is kind of pulling you there because of the North Node. So North Node is where the universe is guiding you to do different things in order to grow even more. So when you have all of this energy, especially with the North Node, it's asking you to let go and be a lot more spiritual, to focus more on your inner self than your outer self. So more on your personal growth than on your outer realizations in the world. So it's kind of asking you to really let go of your old identity, old self, old ways of doing things. And especially because Taurus is a fixed sign. So usually Taurus likes to do the things the same way over and over again. But with Uranus and North Node right now in your 12th house, it's like changing everything. So you're at the end of a really big cycle with all of this energy in your 12th house, and you have to really do things differently this time around to really channel all of this new moon energy in your first house.
Okay. Cat Bear, I hope that helps.
And if I can add to that, I just remembered. And also you've got a sextile with Jupiter and Mars in Aries in your 11th house right now. So having Jupiter in your 11th house is kind of the wish fulfill energy. 11th house is all about your big dreams, your ambitions, your friends, your network. So I would encourage you to do like a vision board or write down what you want to manifest today because of this new moon energy falling in your sign. So everybody that's Gemini sun or rising, you have a big manifestation energy in your sign. So really try to write down intentions or your dreams that you want to accomplish step by step.
Okay. Very cool. So I see Ben is in the house. Guys, go check him out here. Let me see if I can bring this up on the screen. Inspired Action is the channel here on YouTube. We just posted a new video yesterday. Inspired, intuitive, optimistic. I love it. I love the wordplay there. Optimistic. Okay. Yes. Very mystical. So guys, do go check that out. Julie, I want to do one last question before we go. Crystalline Essence. Let me see if I can bring this one up on the screen for you. Crystalline Essence. So, okay, so Capricorn rising, Scorpio. What would be the best for me to do in the next 6 months or so as I move forward fulfilling my life purpose?
Okay.
Okay,
so I'll go with the astrology. I'll just
while you set up that screen. Oh, you already have it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm fast.
There you go.
So
yeah.
Since we're talking about the next 6 months, I like to look at the North Node because it's kind of where the universe wants you to focus on for the next year and a half. So the North Node for you is falling in your 5th house. So if you're a Capricorn rising, it's going to fall in your 5th house also. And 5th house is a big creation energy. So it's kind of asking you to create more beauty or more nature, because Taurus is the sign of arts, beauty, nature, stability, can be also money. So it's a really good energy if you want to start your own business or if you want to start a creation project, whether it be arts related or nature related, because it's also Taurus, or food related, because it's also Taurus. So you have this big creation energy in your 5th house, and the North Node is going to be there until mid-2023. So you really have to take care of yourself in order to be able to channel more this energy. And by taking care of yourself, I mean finding more joy in life, because
Right.
the 5th house is about going on vacation, romance, fun, kids. It's about like getting more in touch with your inner child energy. So laughing, dancing, singing, creating, drawing. So get more in touch with this energy, and I think you'll be really on the right path for the next year and a half.
Okay, very good. And Cat Bear said, hold on. Excellent. Thank you. Perfect. So helpful. So thank you. I appreciate it. It's cool to have the quick feedback while we're doing these live shows.
I love it.
Julie, you just mentioned art and beauty. And as you mentioned that, of course, I was thinking about the amazing candles here at Maison Chic. What's coming up here? You and I are going to be having a follow-up show here very shortly. Did we pick a date on that, or do we know approximately the time frame, what you want to do here with Elena?
Well, I think it's going to be in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
We will have to figure out the date, but yeah, Elena, she worked so hard in shipping all the candles. She had a little help with the shipping also. And she said that tomorrow she'll be done shipping all the orders. So yes, she worked
fully up to date.
Yeah.
Okay. Really good. Thank you so much, everyone, for being so patient, because it was just crazy, the response. And of course, these are all done manually by hand with a lot of love, infusing the crystals with the moonlight, all this stuff. So a lot goes into it. So a big thank you to all of you.
She charges all the crystals during full moons.
Right.
And to make sure that there's really like a magic in your candle, and she doesn't want anybody to touch her candles. So yeah, she wants to put like all the best energy, all the best healing energy, and the best manifestation energies.
Well, check it out, guys. If you want to get one of these amazing candles, I have quite a few now already in my collection here at home. I love each and every one of them. You can find those, of course, at maisonjupiter.com. If you use Beyond Mystic, the coupon code 10% off. And Julie, somebody was asking that person earlier who said, "Hey, I don't understand anything about my birth charts." Well, first of all, let me bring it up. Also, Julie, you made this video for free on your YouTube channel. So, folks, if you guys want to learn how to read your birth charts, go check out Birth Charts 101 on Julie's YouTube channel. It's Maison Jupiter. There you go. Here it is. You can find it under videos if you just scroll down or type in that subject and you will find that video. Now, on top of that, Julie, what's going on also with you update-wise here? Where are you at right now in terms of shipping? I know there's a lot of orders here in the last couple of weeks, but share with the audience members what they get, first of all, with this birth chart and how long they're expected to wait here to get this production done for them.
Yeah, so on maisonjupiter.com, I produce personalized birth charts. So it's kind of a picture of the stars at the moment where you were born. So we need your time of birth, your day of birth, year, and your place of birth. And if you don't have your time of birth, we can still do a birth chart. So I learned a new technique that I use now. So it's called the sunrise chart. If you don't know your time of birth, you can just write sunrise in the field. So I cast a chart when the sun rises on the day of your birth, and it's as good, as potent as the regular birth chart. So, and it's going to affect you all your life. Your birth chart is kind of a blueprint of your soul in this incarnation. So you're gonna learn a lot about yourself. So it was made to be a printable poster in the color of your choice, and it also comes with a 15 to 20 pages booklet explaining your planet positions and aspects. So, and it's a digital product, I have to remind. It's going to be sent out by email, but you can print it. It's really print easy, printer friendly. Right. Yes.
Printer friendly, yes. And I got mine bound because I go through it quite a bit. There's a lot in there as well. Okay, well, a big thank you to everyone for joining us here tonight. Don't forget, on Wednesday night, we will be back with Janine at 8 o'clock Eastern. And so we're a little bit more sporadic here as we're all going through helping out Janine while she's traveling. I have a lot of stuff going on here at the house too. We will be doing more of the production video schedules as soon as the retrograde is over and Janine is back also. So we'll be back to normal here within a week or two here on YouTube. In terms of the pay-per-views, the schedule is busy and we haven't stopped those. So if you're interested in that, just check into your Insider Access Pass membership library page and you'll see all of the videos that we've recently posted, including one that's coming up here tomorrow very shortly. Guys, this was the Haida Gwaii updates part 2 with Janine and Julie at the helm here, helping us while Janine is on vacation. So big thank you to you, Julie, of course, for being here tonight, and a big thank you to all of you guys. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Au revoir.
Au revoir. Thank you, everybody.